Hey folks, it's time for this week's edition of the Roar Report. We are looking at the week of October the 16th through the 20th, and we're going to go ahead and get started with volleyball, who has two home games this week. On Monday the 16th, they're playing Forest Grove at home, and then on Wednesday the 18th, they are playing Astoria at home. Just a reminder, 7th graders play across the street at East School, 8th graders play here at the junior high gym. B team start at 4 and A team start at 5. Then our football players have a game in St. Helens on Wednesday the 18th. Important note on this game, if you're planning to go over the hill and watch the boys, the game starts at 3:30 that day. So not 4, but 3:30 in St. Helens. And then our cross country kids have a home meet here at Alderbrook Golf Course. It is called the Bigfoot Classic. Those kids release at 2:30 in the afternoon and start running at 4. Other news around athletics. Oh my gosh, we're getting ready to wrap up the fall sports season, which seems crazy. That means boys basketball is right around the corner. The first boys basketball practice will be on Monday, October the 30th. So kids, if you are interested in playing basketball, make sure to be signed up on Privet. Now, parents, just as a reminder, you don't have to make, in fact, we don't want you to make a second Privet account. Just use the same account that you have already for football or for older kids in your family and just add on basketball. It's really kind of nice, not too many passwords to remember if you just keep adding on to the same account. Other things happening. We have chess club here at the junior high. That meets on Wednesdays at 3:15 in the library. To sign up for chess club, you need to get a permission slip from Mr. Labasso, and that's a pretty cool thing. I was in there the other day. Kids were in the library competing. I think it's a pretty great group and something that is definitely worth your time to check out. On, let's see, it must be Thursday, October the 19th. Our school is participating in the Great Oregon Shakeout. The Great Oregon Shakeout is an earthquake preparedness drill. So everybody at the junior high will drop, cover, and hold on October the 19th in the morning. And then we follow that up with a fire drill. So Discovery teachers will be teaching about that and those skills in the coming week. And then we will be part of a statewide fire or earthquake drill, then fire drill, on October the 19th. This is just a reminder to all 7th grade families that Salmon Watch permission slips are due this week. As a reminder, our kids are going out to Lauren's Drift, that's up the Trask River, next week. We need to get all of those permission slips in. That is a required component of a science class, and so we need all kids to get that done because there are assignments related to that. And speaking of assignments, we have progress reports happening this week. Parents, you can expect to get a progress report mailed home to you sometime this week. All of our teachers' grades are supposed to be updated to their most current place Monday at 4 p.m. That's the cutoff date. And then we run reports and mail them home probably by Wednesday. Those will be going out in the mail. And those are important things because we are halfway through the trimester. Good way to see where your kid is at. You will also get a nudge letter in that, and that goes to all students. And the nudge letter just shows where your kid is in terms of their attendance at school so far this year. Other things happening, we have a very busy library. Our library we have like the coolest library clerk, Mrs. Barnett. She is working really hard to make the library a great place to be. On Mondays, we have Magazine Mondays, and what Mrs. Barnett has done is she's found all of these old periodicals that have been like stored in boxes in our library, and she's pulling out things from, I mean, the 50s, 60s, the early 2000s, and they are going through these things and looking at what the news of the day was. And I think what's interesting is how students have really responded to the change in advertising and what things cost and what people were allowed to advertise advertise and how they advertise things. That spurred some really excellent conversation, and my hat is off to Mrs. Barnett for doing that. Then on Tuesdays, the library is involved in the Global Read Aloud, and she is reading a Rover story to students during lunchtime. So on Tuesdays, if you want to listen to a read aloud, please go ahead and visit the library. We are going to close the library on Tuesdays to other activities. So if you're used to being able to go into the library Tuesday during lunchtime, to like, play games or do other things, we're going to say no to that on Tuesdays, just so that the kids who are in there can really not be distracted and be able to listen to a Rover story. And then finally, this is just kind of on the horizon, and I want to make sure people are thinking about it. On October the 27th, that's a Friday, we are going to have our next activity night / dance. This is our first event of the year where grades matter. And so if you have anything less than a C, you are not allowed to attend the activity night. That is an important thing to know. So that is October the 27th. Students, if you have late work and you're trying to turn it in at 3:02 on Friday, you should anticipate that your teachers are not going to be able to get it graded and in a grade book in the next 13 minutes. So we are doing a cutoff time of 8:15 a.m. on October the 27th for any work. All that stuff has to be into your teacher's hot little hands, so they have a day to review it, get it into the grade book so that you are eligible to go to activity night. So parents hear that too. 8:15 in the morning, October 27th is the cutoff for turning in things to be able to go to the activity night. Now we'll still accept that work later for grade, for credit. It just won't count towards going to the activity night. All right, folks, busy week, lots of athletics. Make sure you're signing up on Privet if you want to play boys basketball. It is a great day to be a Lion.